Hello and welcome back to Of the People. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Robert Chernin with
Ericka Redic.
And Ericka, okay, misogynists of the world unite. But
yes,
gosh,
yes, against misandry.
I want to stay with
misandry.
I still want to stay
is the
with
of misogyny.
Misandry?
Yeah, it's when
is that like Miss Sandry, like Miss or Mrs.? Never mind. Don't answer that.
Oh, okay.
I want to stay with this whole the trashing or the toxicity, the demise of the American man.
Oh, okay.
Because under the WTO section, or the WTF section, as I like to call it, there's a little known thing that people missed coming out of the Biden administration.
Oh.
Starting back, I think it was in January, the Biden administration, because they passed, what was this thing called? This thing was called the Bipartisan Safer Community Act. And it bans federal funding from any schools for dangerous weapons or training, the use in dangerous weapons. So they, being the Biden administration, has withheld funding for extracurricular activities to any school that teaches hunting or archery.
What?
Affects over 9,000 schools. By the way, I think it's the American Archery Association.
I did archery in 8th grade.
So did I. So under the heading of men aren't allowed to be men, and there's more to it than that. This also goes to we're trying to prevent the next generation of weapon owners.
Oh my God.
Because that's also what's going on here.
Good golly.
But sort of quietly, the Biden administration, because they claim that this act passed by Congress, but it's interpretational.
Yeah.
They have withheld funding. It's already done deal. And there are schools all around the country that have eliminated this curriculum to safely teach kids how to shoot bow and arrow, I don't know. Did I miss the news? When was the last time there was a what do they call those things?
A mass bow and arrow shooting?
A mass shooting. Event? When there was a mass killing using bow and arrows.
Oh my God. This just goes to show you that it's not about the AR. It's not about the gun.
It's in their DNA.
It is just, we do not want you to be able to protect yourself. We do not want you to have any idea that you have the right to self-protection and self-preservation guaranteed in the Constitution. They just want to make sure that is 100% eliminated from the American psyche.
Actually, I think it kills 2 or 3 birds with one stone. They don't want men to learn the manly arts. You said that Zuby says you need to exercise, right? Because why? Because we used to have to hunt and gather.
Yeah.
So now, in the next generation, if you thought you were dependent on the Hannafords or the Price Choppers of the world or the government for your food, now you're not going to be able to forage for your own food anyway, because you're not teaching kids how to hunt.
Come get your
and I know plenty of sportsmen
from the grocery
I knew plenty
store.
of people who like to, based on the challenge, like to hunt with a bow and arrow. But was there any? Did I miss something? Is there any mass killings going on with bow and arrow?
Not did
I miss that somewhere?
Heard about. But again, this is not about reason or rationality. If any of this was about logic or reason, we wouldn't be having these conversations. And I want to give a shout out to my dad, who is, with Jesus now, for teaching me how to shoot a gun when I was 6. I want to thank my friend who taught me how to do my own oil change. I want to thank my uncle Bruce, who also is with Jesus now, for teaching me how to remodel the basement of my grandparents' house. I want to thank all of the men out there who taught me how to take care of myself. Lord Jesus, help us.
Well put. But again, toxic masculinity. They don't need those skills. And it serves multiple purposes. It prevents the next generation of learning how to handle weapons. It prevents the next generation from being to forage for their own food if they had to.
From being self-governing,
and what it does,
self-sufficient.
And it's another lesson that men are not supposed to be responsible, right? Going back to the prior segment. Men are not supposed to be responsible because being a man is a bad thing.
Yep.
That's why the men are all, not all, but a lot are changing over into women.
Yep.
Because I guess it's better to be a woman now.
It's turning the frogs gay.
But where is the outrage?
There's only so many times Alex Jones can be right. Okay. You can dislike him, and he has gotten a lot of stuff wrong, and he's apologized for it. But it is now proven that those chemicals are literally affecting the testosterone in men. It is literally feminizing men.
Wait. Back up. What's infecting the testosterone in men?
So the chemicals that they put in water and in our food they basically mimic estrogen. And so it is now officially
How do you know? Wait, stop. How do you know this? Don't tell me because Alex Jones said it.
Nope. It's study after study. All of this stuff has come out and been proven now. With what it does to frogs, is it basically, because frogs can switch genders, it's the way that certain amphibians work. It basically makes it so frogs are more likely to become the female version. It's a whole thing. But no, in fact, the chemicals that they're putting in our water are interfering with
I'm not buying this. I want
production.
Facts. You know I respect you. You know I respect your information. I want facts on that.
I will bring the studies back next week, because again, it is all been.
You don't have to bring them back next week.
It's not just Alex Jones saying.
This I want to know. Look, it wouldn't surprise me, because the other thing under sort of where's the outrage before we really get to the most outrageous thing that I can think of.
Yeah.
But is what other people don't know is that starting next week, it is illegal to manufacture or sell incandescent bulbs. Did you know that?
What?
Oh, yeah. The Biden administration, again, sort of covertly and secretly. So now, by the way, it's not illegal to use them, but it's illegal to sell them and manufacture them. And there's a penalty of like $548 a bulb if you make it. What? Now you have to buy LED or fluorescent bulbs only, because we're the government and we know what's better for you. So therefore, we're saving energy and we're saving the environment. So this is more war on, this is climate change, of course.
Yeah.
So, and again, folks, incandescent light bulb ban goes into effect next week.
Oh my God.
There it is, right? It won't be illegal to own incandescent light bulbs, but it will be illegal for stores to sell them and for companies to manufacture them. So when did it not be my right to make a decision as to what's best for me? The government's now going to tell me, it's bad enough. And look, I live in New Hampshire, live free or die, which suits me really well.
Right there.
Right.
Got my bracelet on.
Right. Live free or die. And now the government's going to tell me that I can't buy this product, or actually I can buy the product, but they can no longer sell it. Right. And they can't manufacture it. Oh, and we're going to penalize you as the manufacturer if you make these things that we tell you not to make.
Well,
is this any different? Is this any different than COVID and the vaccine, or am I missing something?
No, how is this different than Bloomberg saying you can't buy a soda larger than a certain size?
Right.
Or
big gulp.
You have to, it is everything. Every time the government imposes a new regulation, a new decision, a new something or other, the American people should be deeply concerned. And I think they should, be following your mantra, follow the money. Follow the money. Where did this get decided from? Who decided this? What are the consequences going to be? Who's actually going to be
forget about
affected?
any of that. The question is, where do they get off doing this? I understand paternalistic law, right? You have to wear your seatbelt, right? But the slippery slope now they're into everything. Remember we did that segment many shows ago where the the environmental, I think it was the EPA, charged the fishermen to monitor what they were fishing so they weren't depleting.
Yeah.
That was not New Jersey lawsuit. Remember that?
Yeah.
So the government now, and here's the thing, right? I talked about it in the monologue. Our responsibility as citizens is to be involved and to be informed, right? There are other responsibilities that go along with that. But the government is counting on the fact that we're all looking the other way.
Yes.
And so they're nibbling more and more
Oh
at
yeah,
the core of these things and telling you can't do this and you can't do that. And when did someone take my choice away?
We have long since obfuscated our own duties and responsibilities. The American people have become so soft, right? When we talk about weak men making hard times, we as Americans have become so soft that we just are willing to be tyrannized. We're just, you know what? Well, the science knows better. Oh, we got to trust the experts. Oh, we got to trust the science. I'm not going to use my brain. I'm not going to think for myself. I'm not going to critically think. I'm not going to remember how viruses and vaccines have worked for a millennia. I'm just going to go with whatever I'm just going to do what you tell me to, dude.
So I love when you give me my natural segue. Thank you for that. You didn't even know where we're going next. This is, folks, this is how much we have this kinetic connection, because she knew where I was going. So the latest outrage, come on, love you too. Latest outrage. So Reedley, California. I want you to look up Reedley, California.
Okay.
In Reedley, California, and this just happened, breaking news. They found a factory owned by China that was making viruses in the U.S. covertly.
What?
Oh, I'm telling you, hey, you can't make this thing.
Are you?
So the headline to the article is unassuming warehouse in Reedley, California turns out to be a legal Chinese-run virus laboratory that was genetically engineering mice, experimenting with HIV, herpes, and malaria. Right? So, and you've got our government asleep at the wheel. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't believe me. Look it up look it up yourself. And it says the nondescript warehouse was located on I Street in Reedley, California. And they're still looking into it, but it had coronavirus, it had HIV in there, hepatitis, herpes, all these hundreds of vials of viruses, a bunch of dead mice around as well. And my question is, here I have my government tell me I can't buy certain kind of light bulbs, but that's their job. Find these guys. They happen to find the factory had some hose sticking out, and some inspector said, "Oh, that's a violation," and then they inspected it, and lo and behold, they found this. So we go from the covert Chinese police stations that exist in the United States.
Yep. Their infiltration of our higher education. They're working for
my government?
Our senators, Dianne Feinstein and Swalwell, spies. You've got spies in our higher education. They're
but forget about all of that. I agree with that. Where's my government?
All this land next to our military installations.
Oh, they just did another one, by the way. Wait, they just did another one. There's an airfield. Wait a minute. Come on, let's see. I don't even know where this is. But they just bought up 300,000 acres from a buyer around an Air Force base in California that they have no idea who the buyer is, and they're trying to find out who the buyer is. And no one knows. I mean, how do you buy something?
Wow.
And I think it was like $100 million. How do you buy something and not know who the buyer is?
You can't tell who the owner is.
And it's some dummy corporation that's funneling money somewhere. And so, again, the government's telling me I have to get a vaccine. They can go kiss my whatever. I mean, and by the way, folks, you want to get a vaccine, get a vaccine.
Go for it.
But don't force me to get a vaccine if I don't want
That's
to.
Right.
I mean, y'all are the ones that see, I like that. Y'all. So it's my inner Texas. Y'all are the ones that are telling me it's my body, my choice. Well, if it's your body, your choice, and we can have that argument about, about abortion later on, because it's not your body, it's another body that's in you, but that's a different issue, right? But my body, my choice, but I got to take a vaccine. Right?
Yes.
You're going to tell me what to do, and I can't buy for the good. And by the way, here's the key words: for the safety of all. Right? Because that's the slippery slope. For the safety of all, wear a mask. For the safety of all,
it's such a
get
lie.
a vaccine. For safety of all, don't teach hunting or archery skills to our youth because it's violent. For the safety of all, don't eat meat for the environment. And the only safety of all, we're getting the high sign from Lord Benjamin, the only safety of all that I really care about is keep me safe from China and keep me safe from external enemies and leave me alone.
One job.
To make my own choices in my own life if it doesn't affect other people. That's what America was founded on. So we go back to rights and responsibilities. Our responsibility is to be informed. Our responsibility is to be involved. It is a travesty that the 2020 election, which was the highest turnout in federal elections in the 21st century or the 20th century, 66.8% of the people voted. You want to tell me what the other 33% were doing?
Doing what they were told, sitting on their butt, smoking dope.
Yeah. So anyways, yes, today was Robert's rants. I appreciate that you humored me for all three segments.
I'm with you. I am with you, Robert. This is, we need to restore American exceptionalism, and it starts from the top. So I look forward to a presidential election next year where the administrative state, where the executive actually drains the swamp and destroys the administrative state. I'm looking forward to it.
Don't hold your breath. My advice would be buy guns and gold. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to Of the People with Robert Chernin with Guns and Gold. Thanks for staying with us. Me, Ericka, we gave you the address. I'm at RB Chernin. She's at Generally Herbal if you want to Twitter us. But you get us on your podcast. We're on every podcast, whether it's Google or Apple or iTunes or Amazon or iHeart. Share, subscribe, download us, and give us 5 stars. And if you can't give us 5 stars, I want to know why. We can take it. I promise. We'll see you next week, folks. Take care.